American delegation in Cairo, Ambassador Ali Darwish. Thank you very much for being with us today on Nile TV International.
Thank you. This is my pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. First of all, of course, as the head of the African Union delegation here in Cairo, how do you see the boost in the bilateral relations between Egypt and the rest of the African continent under the tenure of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and more specifically since 2019-2020 when Egypt was heading the African Union?
Thank you for your question, which is very important. In fact, Egypt is a very important and key player in the African Union organs and institutions. Egypt plays a big role within the development and the socio-economic development of Africa. As you know, Egypt is hosting in a few weeks the mid-year summit of the African Union in the city, the beautiful city of Al Alamein. So this is the demonstration that Egypt is very well present in the African Union. Of course, under the leadership of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Egypt plays a big role in the improvement of the mechanisms of the African Union, and of course within at the multilateral level, but also at the bilateral level with different African countries, notably within the North Africa, and also with the sub-Saharan countries also of Africa.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, you mentioned the meeting that will be taking place in the new Alamein city at the end of June, as you mentioned, for the meetings of the African Union countries. What is to be expected from those meetings in the new city of Alamein, and more specifically on the political, the economic and the security files?
In fact, the mid-year summit of the African Union is held regularly outside Addis Ababa, in a member state of the African Union. And for this year, Egypt is the hosting country for this sub-summit. The mid-year summit is in fact a coordinating meeting, which which take place in a member state in Egypt, and it will be also an important event, not only for the coordinating meeting, but it will also be marked by some important events like the summit, the business summit, which is an economic event, which will be hosted by Egypt and organized in coordination with the African Union, and which also will be organized in a regular manner. I mean, biannual, regularly, yes. So this event is very important for Africa and for Egypt in our efforts to develop our continent, of course, and other also mechanisms of the African Union will be meeting during this event in Al Alamein, especially with the Afrexim Bank annual meeting, General Assembly, and other side events, of course. This important event will be, I am sure that with the means provided and made available by the Egyptian government, will be successful, and of course will mark the story of the African Union.
Yes, the story for today, one of the themes of today is, of course, water sustainability, and the main agenda of Africa 2063. Water sustainability is an existential issue for Egypt and for the rest of the continent. How do you think it was tackled today?
Now, this issue of water, of course, the issue of water is a matter of development, socio-economic development of all African countries, not only for Egypt. We understand for Egypt that this issue is, an existential issue, and we understand that any problem, any conflict about this issue should be resolved by dialogue, and all the African mechanisms should be made available for for discussion, for dialogue and political discussions between the different parties to make a solution which will be acceptable and beneficial for all members of the concerned countries regarding this issue. But the water issue and sanitation issue is an important beyond this problem of the Nile is an important issue for all the continent, in fact, because, as you know, without water there is no life. And all African countries are facing not only the availability of water, but they are facing also the problem of sanitation. And the sanitation is very important as one indicator of the development, social development, matter of within the 2063 agenda. Yeah.
Yes, the head of the African Union delegation here in Cairo, Ambassador Ali Darwish, thank you very much for being with us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.